Why do people worry so much? Some worry about money. Some worry about their reputation. Some worry about success, relationships, or the future. But have you ever noticed that worry often appears when there is something we desperately want? When we strongly desire a certain outcome, we become afraid of losing it. We become anxious that it may not happen. The stronger the desire, the stronger the worry. This does not mean we should have no goals or dreams. It means we should not become attached to them so tightly that they steal our peace. In this story, a man who constantly worried about everything meets a wise monk who helps him discover the hidden connection between desire and worry. A man named Vann was known throughout his village as a chronic worrier. Every day he found something new to worry about. When his crops were growing, he worried that rain might not come. When rain arrived, he worried that there might be too much of it. When business was good, he worried that customers might stop coming. When business was slow, he worried about losing money. No matter what happened, his mind always found another reason to be anxious. As the years passed, Vann became exhausted from carrying so many worries. One day, hoping to find peace, he traveled to a nearby forest where a wise monk was known to meditate. After finding the monk, Vann said, "Master, my mind is always full of worry. I cannot find peace." The monk listened quietly and then asked, "What are you worrying about today?" Vann began listing many concerns: his crops, his business, his family, and his future. After listening carefully, the monk asked, "If you did not desire these things so strongly, would you worry about them as much?" Vann paused because he had never thought about worry in that way before. The monk picked up a handful of sand and squeezed it tightly in his fist. As he squeezed harder, the sand began slipping through his fingers and falling to the ground. The monk opened his hand and said, "The tighter you cling, the more fear and worry you create. Desire itself is not the problem. The problem begins when attachment becomes so strong that you cannot accept uncertainty." At that moment, Vann understood. From then on, he continued working hard toward his goals, but he stopped clinging to every outcome. As his attachment decreased, his worries gradually disappeared, and his mind became much more peaceful.